Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Tiny Bunny. Now, I don't know anything about this game other than it's a visual novel horror, and it's obviously like artistically stylized, so it looks really cool. I just wanted to say real quick that I played Emily Wants to Play 1 and 2 again because somebody had requested it, and I thought it'd be a fun idea, and it did turn out to be a fun idea. So if you have any other game suggestions, another one was Five Nights at Freddy's 4. I've never played it myself. I have watched it play it, but you know how the experience can be different. So if you also have a suggestion, let me know. But we're going to dive right into this right now. Tiny Bunny. Let's go. The wind clawed at my window all night long. Oh, do I have to just click anywhere? Okay. It wandered the fields and howled like a hungry beast. An endless song weaved from all sorts of voices, shrill, gentle, sneering, twined in the air. They were shouting and laughing, arguing about something. Someone was running through the snow while casting long shadows that could occasionally creep close to my bed. Our house had a mind of its own, the creaky old mind of a building that had seen a lot in its days and was seemingly trying to share its wisdom with the inhabitants. The lonely house faced the forest, and the dark green thicket gazed back with its hollow eyes, rustling, whizzing, swaying back and forth. I don't even know what I'm looking at. Brush? One could come out and stand at the edge of the forest to reassure themselves there was nobody behind the crooked trees. Fuzzy silhouettes swaying in the wind couldn't possibly do any harm. It's just a play of light and shadow. Just a play. I knew it was just my imagination. I was already 12, after all. Still. You can see a fox right there. His nose, his eyes, his ears. I see it. I'm so smart. Wow. Hey, put away your book. How many times have I told you not to read at the table? It's bad for your health. Look how slouched you are. What are you talking about? But yeah, that's actually a good point. Oh, there's the... Okay. Hide. Hide the book. Sorry, Mom. Hide. It's gone. It vanished. I didn't protest and put the book about Conan the Barbarian aside. That's what you're reading? I was stuck on a line I couldn't understand after reading it 3 times anyway. Alright. Olya had finished her breakfast and was munching on some cookies. She was so enthusiastic she almost looked like your typical girl from commercials. You're not going anywhere till you finish all of that. Dude, I hated that rule. I, on the other hand, was still trying to drill a hole in the plate with my eyes as if it would make the porridge disappear. Hazy anxiousness welled up inside, all because of the previous sleepless night, the black forest around our house, and the gloomy wind. The longer I waited, the colder the lumpy white substance became. What are you eating? Looked like a jellyfish from the Cousteau Odyssey. I love that show. I wonder how horrifying the bottom of the ocean is. Don't think about it, Duffer. Or how cold the black forest is at night. Find out. You're about to find out. The spoon fell out of my hand as I thought thoughtfully. Mom showered me with a cold glare from her green eyes. What did I just say? Hey, relax. I'll get it. Is that his name, Anton? I had 10 seconds to catch my breath before battling the nasty porridge. That's what he's eating. Porridge once again. Felt around for the spoon. What is this? Carved on the other side? Like underneath it? Cap. What is that? Okay. Karina? Oh, it's like Russian or something? I get it. That's my mom's name, yeah. I guess she carved it out with something pointy when she was little. She sure was a rascal, damaging the furniture like that. She would scold me for a week if I did something similar. Yeah, I did something similar too, and it was not fun. Should I remind her about it? No, she's been in a bit of a bad mood lately, I imagined her being my age, sitting under this table. I wonder, was Mom afraid of the dark back then? Or the sounds coming from the attic? That's good. That's good. That's really good. I'm glad you said that. Or the thick forest. Freaky grandma. I imagined my grandma coming into my little mom's room, sitting at the edge of her bed, where Olya sleeps nowadays, and saying this in a soft, smooth voice. Taiga is a special place, little girl. Taiga? 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 It's watching you closely, sniffing you out. The forest? Trying to discern what kind of beast you are. If you're a good sort, it won't abandon you in times of trouble. But if you're a bad apple, it'll grab you by the side and drag you under the ground. Wow, Grandma, maybe stop telling me this terrible story. And that'd be it. Grandma was caring. She never fought with anybody, never yelled, never swore. Those are the times without the maddening screams until late at night, without smashed dishes and mutual accusations. Bad marriage. My parents used to love each other back then. I remember listening in on one of their conversations by chance. They were talking about Grandma getting prepared for her funeral. She had already bought a casket. Wow. She called it her cute funeral box. It waited for its time in the closet patiently. That's pretty friggin' morbid. Kind of. I guess Grandma's prepared to go. Real prepared. I didn't even read that line. The house didn't change since the time she was alive. Only all of the photos were gone. Glass-covered pictures with gray faces of my ancestors. They all had a dead. They all had a dead but watchful look in their eyes. If I continued the sentence, I probably would have figured it out. Oh, that from under the table. She's still just staring with her weird white hair and white eyelashes. Alia was done with her cookies. Alia? And was looking at my show with a sly woodland creature. Turned my gaze towards the frosted window. There were a lot of dark pines outside, but they didn't grab my attention. A pattern of frost formed a picture on the glass. A fox, maybe? Alia, look, it's a fox! Wait. It looked almost like those optical illusion things they put on the back of student notebooks. Oh, yeah. A mixture of lines at first glance, but if you blur your vision a little and look at under a certain angle. No, I saw it on the window. Look, here's the nose, and here's... Mom, relax. Yes, just a moment. Maybe that's not... Is that Mom? Yeah, she wouldn't be talking to her husband like that. That'd be weird. I don't see anything. Hurry up, there's not much left. Ugh, porch, gross. Ah, there it is, but it still doesn't... Hey, it looked exactly like a fox, by the way, little girl. I'm telling you it does. Yeah, get her. It does. Stop it. Oh, stop it. These kids, I swear. Now I couldn't see the fox. That's because you took it away. Literally, the eyes are gone. And the nose. All of it. Here's the ear. Disappeared. Went away. Only the frosty pattern, similar to stretched out nettle leaves, kept creeping up the glass. Okay. Scary looking Wolverine dead. Aw. I was replying to a text real quick and the game crashed. Nothing was happening. Can I, like... Oh, jeez. Holy crap, that goes fast. I think I'll just click it. Oh. This was so long ago. Nowadays, rumbling doors and witty comebacks were an everyday occurrence. Alia always covers her ears when she hears something like, "What's the point in all this?" through the wall. It's all for your sake, Dad would reply, for the sake of our family. I always caught every sound in fear of hearing the most dreaded, the deadliest word that started with a D. Dad? D-I-V-O? I don't even want to finish it. Divo? Divorce. That took too long to figure out, huh? It was scary to imagine that me and my little sister would be torn apart and taken to two different families. Anyway, your fox is nothing. I have an owl on my window. You and your owl talk again. Did you believe me just yesterday? Does anybody see my car keys? I remember leaving them on the windowsill. Right. Maybe you did and maybe not. You're a grown man, a father of two, and still... Karina, please stop. Yeah, what the frick? What is your problem? Let me get ready in peace. Yeah. Your keys are in the basket near the phone. Well, then why the hell wouldn't you just say that? Anton, stop making a martyr out of yourself and finish eating already. And the owl. There was no owl. But there was one. It had giant glowing eyes. Alia sprung up from the chair and placed her hands on her little face, imitating a pair of eyes with her fingers the size of an apple each. Last year you had Babai in your closet, and now this owl? I saw it. Alia shifted her gaze back and forth from Dad to Mom to me, but couldn't find any support. Aw, have you thought about befriending it? You know, like feeding it with imaginary mice? Don't bully our girl. She's just afraid to sleep alone because she's still little. powdered her lips in rebellion and rushed into the hallway. Staircase that led to the second floor creaked. Mom gave Dad a strict look. You're the mean one! Oh, that look in her eyes is so uncomfortable to be pinned under it. Dad just snorted in reply and left, ringing with the keys he'd just found. A minute had passed and the theme song from The Little Mermaid echoed through the house. It was stored on an incredibly worn-out cassette tape, which Dad had already glued together once. It's so easy to fix objects by gluing them back together, for example. How do you fix a relationship? That's what this game is about? I thought it was a horror game, not a sad divorce game. Mom moved to the living room and I was left alone, anxiously stealing glances at the window. Olia had trouble sleeping ever since we moved to this house. She would toss and turn or curl up in a ball under her blanket. Sometimes she would jump in the middle of the night and turn on the VCR. Cartoons helped to take her mind off all the troubles we had with the move and our parents. And then Olia said that she saw that giant flying monster outside her window. An owl? She became obsessed with it. My parents did everything in their power. They tried every little trick to get rid of those ridiculous fears. Olia refused to sleep alone and didn't believe that the owl was just one of her nightmares. After tonight, I was unsure what to make of my sister's words. To think of it myself, why would happen? Can nightmares be infectious? Just last night, I couldn't get a wink of sleep and ended up thinking of what to expect in my new school. There were a couple of days left before the beginning of a new term. My imagination drew long, twisting hallways that led to a classroom full of kids. But all the students behind their desks were simply dark figures, cut out using a template. Circular holes gaped in the middle of their faces, and a pair of eyes blinked inside those holes. It was as if some completely different creatures were looking at me from behind the flat, black silhouettes. Is that Freddie Mercury? Michael Jackson? Their cruel glares filled with icy sneers made me shiver from head to toe. Will I survive here? It's school. Won't they gang up on me and beat me down? Stomp on me with their bloodied shoes? The damn school could burn for all I care. I just wish for anything to happen to it. Doesn't really matter what. I didn't want to go there that badly. I didn't want to see people who were just itching to smack me on the head, trip me up, think of a new offensive name for me, worse than the previous one. Dude, fight back! I felt like the glasses I wore made me an outsider or some sort of a monster. My gaze slid across the drawings hanging on the walls. I couldn't consider myself a great artist, but Alia begged me to hang them. Drawing was the only thing that made me happy as of late. He drew a castle, a knight, a spaceship, a boat, canoe, Freddie Mercury, and a cat. The small circle of friends I had also enjoyed my paintings. They promised to call me from time to time. Sometimes I imagine my mom picking up the phone and saying in a cold voice, "You've got the wrong number." Or Anton is not around. Anton is not. Imagine my future classmates lying in their beds just like me, listening to the howls of invisible werewolves outside their windows. What? Maybe my new classmates will like me after all. Who would ever like a boy with thick glasses? Me and my dad used to wear glasses when he was little. Now he's married to the most beautiful woman on the planet. Aww. The house creaked, pressed by the wind. Condo we used to live in, a 9-floor concrete building, buzzed with the neighbors drilling, mumbled with the TV set from behind the wall, cried like a baby from the big family next door. Our current house, though I can't really call it new, was completely different. It was silent and easygoing during the day. The shadows lay dormant in the corners, on the closet, cobwebs, and under the stairs. They all woke up during the night. Reading. Something was watching me from every corner, almost as if the old photos of my diseased family, with their ashen eyes, were hanging on the walls in place of my drawings. What the heck? The floor was squeaking, rusty drains were moaning, the attic was occupied by noisy drafts. One could think the house was performing some sort of demonic melody, and then I realized I was, in fact, hearing music. It was already playing for a good while. Somewhere at the edge of my perception I could hear a flute. It was mixed in with the sound of the wind, of the old creaking house, and my thoughts too. I stood up and rushed to the window. I wanted to reassure myself that this music was nothing more than a product of my imagination. It's not like someone is playing it there amidst the cold, snowy night, right? I thought it was nighttime. Why is it so bright? Someone was dancing in the field. Black silhouettes I could barely make out with the dark forest as their backdrop. Oh, that's beautiful. Scary. They jumped around, basked in moonlight, bumped into piles of snow, rolled around, and crawled on all fours. Stories about wolves playing under the moon came to mind, but these were clearly not wolves. They stood upright at times, circled around holding hands and whipping up snow, disappearing into the shadows for a brief moment, then coming back. Something bizarre was going on. Shadows dancing in the starless abyss made my imagination go wild, making me anxious at the same time. Suddenly, the music had stopped. Dancing shadows froze in place, and I could swear pierced me with their eyes. One of the silhouettes immediately parted from the bizarre shadow carnival and sprinted across the field with great leaps. Oh, God.
Just need a drinky poo. Give me a moment, would you?
Holy crap! He glided on squeaky snow without leaving any prints until it was devoured by the pitch-black shadow of my house, which became even darker and thicker. Oh, God. Something's about to pop up. My heart was jumping around like a bird inside a cage. I shut the curtains with a swift motion and stepped back toward the bed. Yeah. He saw me. A freezing torrent of fear washed over me. I stood in the middle of a perfectly dark room and listened to some unwanted guest move and scrape around looking for an entrance. Wow, that's terrifying. It's like a friggin' zombie or something. The sound moved to the right, circled around the house. Now my guest should be at the front door. I jumped into the bed and covered myself with the blanket as if it could protect me. Shackles of fear locked my muscles. I remembered the funeral, my grandma lying there, hands crossed on her chest, her facial features sharp like that of a tin doll. Ants running up and down the legs of chairs that held my grandma's casket. Imagine those little creatures climbing up her head and pulling down up her eyelids with their tiny legs. Then her wrinkly eyeballs would once again move inside their sockets, and she'd be able to see her grandchildren. I was chanting the spell she taught me throughout the whole procedure. Is it? And now, lying under the blanket, listening to squeaks and howls, I was repeating the same words. Kind of thought, okay. On the island of Buyan, underneath a blemished sun, in the sea of color blue, stands a cabin made of wood. There lay lard and ashen hair for the spawn from Devil's Lair to feast and always leave alone, God's faithful servant named Anton. Evil leave this house must. Is this like translation being weird? Or like ashes to ashes, dust to dust? Bizarre sounds had disappeared. Cautiously peeked out from under the blanket and saw curtains waving around like a hangman. What does that mean? And then the night doused me with a new portion of boiling terror. Sound scratched at my eardrums. In reality, something or someone were scratching at the front door, hurriedly clawing at wood, demanding to be let in. The door was shut. Dad had become very cautious recently, so he installed a sturdy lock. I remember him staring at the forest intently as if he were looking for someone. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I hugged my knees, placing my chin between them, and drilled the door with my eyes. It was so flimsy and weak before the might of darkness. And then... Oh, wieners, man! The doorknob twitched slightly. Is it? Tell me it's my sister. It's a plane, like a fighter jet. Is that the a ninja? Is that the ninja turtle? And it turned halfway once, twice, as if the person who tried to enter had no hands. The doorknob tilted once more, and then... Oh my gosh. So fucking violent. My jaw cramped from fear, my wet fingers clutched the blanket. Hold on. I know I'm ruining it. Alright, I get it. I'm sorry. Alright. Oh, good. The wind taunted me, moaning inside the tin drains. Now, you'll see. The door was wide open. The darkness writhed inside the carnivorous mouth of a doorway. Oni. It was as if the night itself was calling out to me, flapping its black wings and squeaking with rusty hinges. I was trembling, ensnared by the web of darkness that hung in the corners of my room, waiting for the one who weaved it to come out of the gaping black hole. Oni. Is it a ghost? My abdomen tightened, my chest rose up, ready to exhale a desperate scream. But before I was able to do anything, the darkness asked me, Tony, you asleep? Oh, I knew it. My sister's pale face protruded from the thick shadows. I almost screamed from release. Leaf. Olya? I'm not sleeping. Did something happen? Olya frowned and stuck out her lower lip, a clear sign that she was about to cry. It's there again, staring at me. Owl? Oh yeah, I bet it is. Shoo her away, Tony, please. I'm so scared. The fear that was tormenting me just a moment ago... Oh, she's shaking. I was like, that's not... Okay. And hid somewhere in my stomach. I needed to calm Olya down. It was just a dream, silly. Don't be scared. Dreams don't bite. No one's going to harm you. She's sobbing now, dude. It's not working. She's trying her best to believe me. Well, was I sure myself? I have an idea. Let's go to your room and watch the video Sleeping Beauty, for example. Why did you say for example? You like that cartoon, don't you? Why does the Sleeping Beauty have a prince and I have this scary bird? Maybe you're the bad person. This question took me by surprise. Alright, let's watch Cinderella. She also has a prince, but okay. My thoughts became tangled, fuzzy. What was that? What studied me with its eyes while dancing feverishly under the moon? The darkness was clinging to the window, and it couldn't be fooled by Grandma's old chants. It couldn't be satisfied with a feast of lard and long ashen hair. Tony, you coming? Yes, just a moment. Holy crap, man! That all happened so fast. I was like, yeah, alright. And then I, like, pictured, like, not that. Looked up, eyes. What was that? Friggin' wolf. Wow, they animated that. That's why I didn't want to laugh at Olya and her owl in the morning. Huh. Jeez. Okay. This is going to be good. A lot of reading, but that's okay. Oh boy. Nice. Alright, good. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next part. Bye-bye.